Hi guys, this is Rob from Iceboxauto here today. I'm not really going to bring you today's install, just basically bringing you a product example of how this looks in this car, which is a Discovery Sport. Now as you can see, the dash is apart. The reason we can't take a picture or a video of it fully installed is because it's Friday. We close at 2:30 on a Friday, but the engineer tends to carry on with the job until he's finished. But just being us doing on the IT side of things, obviously we're not going to be around at the end of this install, so hopefully soon we'll bring you the full installation video of this. But obviously I'd just like to give you a little snippet of how the unit looks and acts, sort of thing. So take no notice of all this, just sort of concentrate on this part here. Now this is the Merryway system, which is basically tends to specialise in the Jaguars and the Land Rovers and the Range Rovers. So as you can see here, this is the original Harman Kardon screen here, which you can see. These buttons downside are now touchscreen buttons. So obviously I was to press buttons like that. You can control these options down here. These buttons do work. Switch that off. As you can see, the little beeping's just come on, and there's your park assist button, obviously, which only works when your car's moving. So if I want to go over to the Android side, obviously the system's working through the car's auxiliary, so obviously that's where your sound goes through. If I just press on that one there, this takes you over to the full screen here, which is obviously all the aftermarket side, and this is all the Android interface. So as you can see, it's designed on the same interface as the original screen. So obviously how it looks on there is obviously it looks like a Harman Kardon screen original layer to the car. All these icons down here work, obviously just little shortcuts. Some of these are brought through from the original screen. As you can see, your park assist button there, and some of these buttons down here take you to the Android one. This takes you obviously to the home side there, and this one takes you to settings. But I'm just going to show you a little bit on the video. As you can see, it's nice and quick and responsive. This auto link here is your CarPlay and your Android Auto. So if you got an Android phone, you link your Android Auto to it. CarPlay, which is my Apple phone, which as you can see is linked all there to this. You can see all the apps brought over from my phone. It doesn't do anything like YouTube, Netflix and stuff like that, but obviously the Android side does. This is totally different. 1 second, that's just my missus trying to give me a call, so obviously I'll let us carry on with this video. Let's go back to home there. So obviously there's all your applications here, so obviously any apps that go onto the system would go into this back end here. And obviously there's your YouTube there and your Play Store, so if you did want to download any applications of choice, so obviously if you want Netflix, whatever you want to do, you can just sign into this here, which is obviously your Play Store. It does need an internet connection now. Let's have a little look. Phone link, that's obviously the side. There's an FM side of thing that takes you back to the original screen. And also there's, if you want to put your movies or the films onto a pen drive, you can play them through there. Dashboard, let's have a little look at that one. This shows you little miles per hour there, and so if you put your foot down and it shows the rest per hour. Let's have a little look. So that's this one. Don't know what that one is, to be honest with you. I've not seen that before. What else we got here? Yeah, as you can see, it's nice, quick and responsive. It's got an 8-core processor in there. 464 gig of RAM starts off with, but you can go up to 128. A little bit extra to do that. It does have a built-in DSP sound processor, so obviously you can customise the sound output on there, up and down, stuff like that. As you can see, it's really quick. Let's have a little look what else. There's your Google Maps there if you want to play around with that. You can put any maps of choice on there if you want. You can put anything like Waze or Copilot on there. Just go back to the home screen. Media. Obviously this is where you can put all your stuff onto a USB pen and play your music and your films through there. Excellent background. 1 second. Navigation. This is obviously just Google Maps here. Again, you're going to need an internet connection. They do take a SIM card, these. This particular range, the SIM card goes in behind the screen here, which is a bit more complicated to do if you've already got it in, so do that just for the install. This original takes you back to the original screen. Let's have a little look. Dashboard, we're seeing that settings. I'll just show you a little run through here. So you can change your languages here, so as you can see, many languages of choice. Being Android, that it pretty much like quite a lot on there. Display settings does work with the original rear camera if you've got it too, and also you can customise the sound and stuff like that on there. It is now it's Android 13, which is good. We'll have to change our website because it says 11 at the moment. Okay, hope you liked the video, guys. Hopefully we'll get another one on our YouTube channel soon with it all installed into place, obviously, so you're not seeing any of these open dash sort of thing, but obviously it was the best we could do at the moment because we're closing in 5 minutes, and the engineer's probably got about another hour's install on this to finish off. So okay, have a nice day guys, see you soon, take care, bye bye.